for radiant wellness and soul-forward living. Join your host, Jess Juntunen, quantum healer, intuitive, and midwife to the awakening spirit, as we dive into quantum tools, wisdom teachings, and integrated healing pathways for transformation. You can live a life of freedom to be without limitation. Cozy up, grab your tea, and enjoy this hour of expansion, wisdom, and love. Hello, and welcome to Soul Fusion Cafe. My name is Jess Juntunen, your host today for this incredible hour of soul forward living, radiant wellness. And hey, it's another Tuesday here, and we are on the eve of September's doorstep. It's another moment to just say, wow, we're here. We've made it further than we have ever gone before. It's true. We have never made it this far before in this whole grand experiment and play that is this world of form and manifesting into this realm through our ascended mastery presence is becoming easier and easier. And yet there are a lot of challenges and things to come up against because we've never been here before. It's a big moment. There's a lot of push pull between those parts of us that are afraid, those parts of us that are ready to surrender. And this is your moment to say, yes, I'm going to surrender into that. So today, new world, new you. It is a new world. It is definitely a new moment. It's a new potentiality, and really calling in your highest potentiality from all timelines and bringing it into right here, right now is the way that we are going to move forward and become that which we were always meant to be. So welcome. Thank you for being here. And, it's just always a pleasure, always an honor to be with you. I'm going to bring up a clip from yesterday, because if you haven't been part of Global Minga, the 30 Days for Peace, there's been so much incredible information every day. And Sri Ram Ka had a lot to share yesterday. And I wanted to bring this clip in and share it with you so that you could receive this blessing and hey, track with us tonight at 6 p.m. because we are opening the Divine Galactic Blueprint right there behind my shoulder this week, day by day. And yesterday was the opening of the Ascended Heart Presence. And it really is just so powerful. So let's see here. I'm going to, this really is frustrating when technology does this, isn't it? And also an opportunity to just say, okay, I surrender. Let's see. Maybe we'll share the video. Well, that's just frustrating. Aha, look at that. All right. Here we go, guys. Thanks for your patience.
Namaste, beloved ones, and we welcome you here to Facebook Live and other places where this broadcast is being streamed. I am wisdom teacher Sri Ram Ka, and together we are co-creating an uplifting energy here and now. It's truly my pleasure to be offering some education, some information related to the healing rods, as well as related to your personal spiritual journey. So many people are interested in ascension, interested in uplifting their vibrational level. And there are so many time-honored ways to do this. However, a consistent, methodical path of expanding your energy and upliftment is the path of self-ascension, because the yoga of self-ascension honors you. It honors who you are, where you're from, all your history, and how you are living your best conscious life right now. So today, as we're walking through the chakras and uplifting, I want to bring your attention. Let me offer a quick share screen here to where we've been and where we're headed. So this is the self-ascended chakra portrait, and this portrait has a lot of information embedded in it. Most important right now are each of these figure eights represents one of the traditional chakras. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is the heart chakra, where it's the first interlocking figure eight. That is a balanced energy. That means my heart is at peace. And then, of course, the 5th, 6th, 7th, and universal chakra are illuminated. I'm not going to go any further into the self-ascended chakra portrait right now, other than to say that people that live an ascended life well informed, their chakras are going to look like this. If you held a pendulum over their body, you're going to start seeing that figure eight energy. Now, where we're going right now is into the divine galactic blueprint. And the divine galactic blueprint is the ascended chakra system. So take a peek here. You will see this figure of a human being, and right there in the center of the chest is the ascended heart. And that's where we're beginning today, to unlock the secrets of living in the ascended heart. And so I'm going to guide you through something in a moment. But before I do, just take this in. What a beautiful energy field. This is the energy that says I'm anchored in the heart of form and connected to the divine oneness. And there are 12 points in the ascended chakra system. And each of these points is a universe, so to speak, is an environment unto itself. So it all begins at the heart. Now, isn't it amazing that every great faith on this planet says, go to your heart, go to your heart. But then most of them don't take you any further. It's like getting to the heart's all you got to do. Well, getting to the heart is truly how we can live together in synergy and cooperation. But that heart energy is about your fifth dimensional energy. When we're living in the fifth dimension, we are in the zone of compassion. Now, His Holiness the Dalai Lama is a wonderful example of that, the compassionate living. You know, Dalai Lama, when asked, says, my religion is kindness. Wow, isn't that beautiful? Isn't that a place where we could cooperate and co-create so much more beautifully on earth? So the ascended heart is not just about the love of family, the love of self, the love of the global. It is about the peaceful compassion that is transcendent, not detached, transcendent. And it's also represented a bit by the Avesa logo, which is behind me here. Take a look at those intersecting figure eights. So the ascended heart has the radiation of the green energy and the golden energy that is connected to the divine. So when you have your healing rods in your hands and you go into pharaoh position and begin some breathing, guess what you're doing? That's the secret I wanted to offer you today. The Egyptian healing rods are carrying a frequency of ascended consciousness. When we bring those rods right down to our heart center and relax and breathe, you might even need to breathe into the lower three chakras to move them into the self-ascended state, to breathe peace, love, and joy into the lower parts of the body. And then when we come up to the heart, so I am here. So I am ready. So I am open. So guide me. As you repeat that beautiful, simple mantra of self-ascension, you are stabilizing your ascended heart and you are inviting the opening to the highest guidance. Therein is the foundation for living in ascended consciousness. And this is why we keep repeating that mantra, using the rods, and gaining ever more integration and familiarity with that state of consciousness. So thank you for being present for this sharing. And Jess, come on in here and let's go further into tonight's adventure.
Hey, wow. Thank you so much, Shri, for this opportunity and this connection, and really feeling good sitting here with my rods as well and feeling that expanded, ascended heart presence.
Yes. Yes. Well, thank you. And thank you to everybody that's joining us, and get into the Facebook group, share some stories, ask some questions. Let's have fun, because each and every day we're going further.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Shri, for being with us. We'll see you tomorrow.
Namaste. Bye-bye, everybody.
Hey. Hello, everybody. And as Shri said, yes, get into our Facebook group. You might be catching us on our page, but we're live over in the group every day. And there's a lot of beautiful chat I'm seeing happening over there, beautiful beings and sharings. And please keep sharing your pictures and your hellos and your welcomes. It's so fun to have that space to connect with one another. And feel free to drop your questions in there and things you might want us to pick up and see and share about as we expand into these 30 days together. We're at day 10. We've got 20 more in this container of peace. And, in this peaceful center, I'm bringing in the most beautiful co-host guest for the rest of our time here. Ms. Pollyanna, please come on in and share with us. And let's bring you in. Welcome, Pollyanna. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for inviting me to be here, Jess. It's an honor.
It is a pleasure. Those of you that don't know Pollyanna, she's an incredible member of our community that's really been present and carrying the yoga of self-ascension. And she's been just such a support and such a beautiful, amazing being that's doing work on the planet. And I just knew it would be perfect to have her in. And it's perfect you're here for Ascended Heart Chakra, the opening of the divine galactic blueprint. I think you are that. You are the ascended heart opening. So thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, Jess. Yes, and I've got my Egyptian healing rods in my hands. I was just following along with Shri's guided experience with them. And that mantra of self-ascension is something I use daily. And every morning, one of the ways that I really awaken that expanded sense of self is by starting off with the mantra of self-ascension. And with my Egyptian healing rods, I noticed that they have this incredible balancing effect of being grounding and uplifting at the same time. The ones that I'm using specifically, I know there are different ones that you can, use and play with, are the quartz rods. And what I also love about them is that in my morning ritual, after I do the mantra of self-ascension, I do some evasive breaths to get the energy flowing, which feels so awesome. I move into my magnified healing practice, which is working with forgiveness and Kuan Yin and activating the light body, which really awakens not just my physical body, but all of my being, my active presence of being, and just helps me to remember I'm more than who I think I am, and that I'm multidimensional. And it helps me also to see that I'm another you and you are another me. That to kind of start the day off from that sense of oneness, that sense of unified togetherness, because as Shri and Kira and you say, Jess, we're always better together. So just starting a day like that, and then I move into a gratitude practice where I work with my chakras, and I open each one and activate them. And what I love is that I also live from the end in the Egyptian healing rods. What I find so beautiful about working with them too is that because quartz is programmable, I program my intentions for the day into the rods, and then throughout the day, if just as a reminder, I have the evasive breath, I have the mantra of self-ascension, I can pick up my rods, and they've already been charged with those beautiful intentions. And so they really are a blessing. I I feel the difference, when I use them.
Yeah, wow. Well, so well spoken, and just incredible ways to be integrating and using your rods exactly as you are, like to start your day with them and incorporate them into the other practices and your routine for the morning, really assisting you. And I love that you have the quartz, because the quartz are so incredible for helping stabilize that foundation of our body and our being, and to support the heart and to really anchor. And there's so much that you were sharing that I'm just bowing before, because it's your own mastery too that unlocks as you're working with them. And I can see that you have this relationship you've developed with them. So really, thank you. And in this energy of the ascended heart chakra, the root of our divine galactic blueprint, like when Shri was describing and how you shared, you go through all your chakras to really open and balance, and using the mantra of self-ascension, perfect, 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 we move into that state where, yes, all of our chakras move into that beautiful ascended figure eight infinity, opening, and we are allowing our ascended heart to come forward. And that is the root. That is the root of our ascended state of being. It's the entry point to really lifting up and opening all of these other chakra points, which we'll be talking about every day here. We have the next 12 days being with the divine galactic blueprint now. How exciting is that?
I love hearing you say that, because really and truly, I mean, there's so much infinite potential inside of each and every one of us. And when as we all awaken more and more to our expanded self, it's just so beautiful to see what unfolds before us. And just that feeling of staying online with the divine, just realizing and inviting in that awareness, that expansion, that oneness, and the joy that comes from that. It's such a beautiful experience to feel that we have everything we need inside of us, and that when we all come from that cup full place inside of us, and we show up with that active presence of being, it's just everything flows and everything is for us. There's nothing that nothing other than to be for us. It's for our learning, it's for our growth, it's for expansion. And that's just so liberating.
Exactly. Well said. And I'm seeing like I'm looking at the chat, and there's just so much love for you and so much beautiful like connection happening in there. So hello, everybody. Thank you for joining in and being here live. And if you're catching the recording, cool, but try to be here, live, because it's so fun to interact in the chat and share all that love with each other. And we're here 6 p.m. Eastern every day, next 20 days. And we're anchoring this portal of peace. And when we get to October 1, we have the whole next adventure. We're really preparing ourselves for that. And that's the ascension secrets of ancient Egypt and mysteries and things that have not been revealed or taught before. And you do want to get in there, and you do want rods. If you're getting in there, you're going to need them for this trip. So check out in the description here at the Facebook Live, and you will find links, and it's free. If you've got your rods, or go get some rods, you can get a sweet deal right now and be set to take off with us, because it is going to be a journey beyond where we have gone before. So thank you so much all for joining us and being here. And really, let's keep this heartbeat of peace going. What's your heartbeat of peace? What awakens you every day so you remember the truth of who you are? Keep tracking with us. These days are offering you so much support and tools that you can really utilize, keep track with as a touchstone. So thank you for the gift of being here and the gift of you. And as we move into closing, Pollyanna, I just wanted to give you the opportunity. Is there anything you wanted to leave us with, an offering, before we conclude today's live stream?
Thank you, Jess. Well, I just thank everyone for sharing in this collective moment together with all of us, and just to invite that drop of divine light to pour into your heart chalice center, and just allow it to splash and overflow into all of you, and just water and nourish all of you. And remember how beautiful you are. You are that abundance. You are that overflow. And when we're in that peaceful, compassionate heart, that's where everything is nourished and nurtured and can grow and expand from. And with that, I'll just close with much gratitude in my heart for you, Jess, for Shri and Kira, and for all of you who are listening. And keep dancing your dreams into a beautiful reality. As a chakra dance facilitator, it's all about keeping in the flow and moving the energy. So namaste, much love and light.
Namaste. Thank you. And thank you all. See you back here tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern. Namaste.
Hey, welcome back. So thank you for taking that little sojourn on that reminder from yesterday and all that birthed through that sharing with incredible Pollyanna, who you saw there, sharing with me, and Shri Ramka, of course, who will be back today at 6 p.m. Eastern. All this week, we've got Shri on deck live with us to really dive into what it is to lift in the heart. I just love seeing all of the love in the chat. Pollyanna is incredible. I am not sure what her contact is. I know she does do chakra dance, and she does have, a practice. So we can find that out and drop that in here next. And or if you want, shoot me an email and I'll see about, just connecting you with Pollyanna. That's probably the easiest way to do it. Which you can get it, you can contact me through www.selfascensionstudios.com. So I really felt inspired to bring that back in, because for me, that was powerful to re-listen and revisit and hear what Shri was sharing, and, feel that energy again from yesterday as we come into our ascended heart, that so many traditions teach to get to the heart, like Shri was sharing, get to the heart, get to the heart. But really, then what? That's just the gateway. That's what opens our divine galactic blueprint, right? All the way up. So today, of course, we're going to be going into truth chakra, the ascended truth chakra. And it's like, you have that last week we did all of the chakras in the self-ascended chakra system. So if you go to Facebook Live, official Shri and Kira, that's where you want to pick up and watch these. You can go back and watch all the other lives. Join the group. It's pinned to the top of the page that is for these 30 days of Global Minga, and join the group. Post there. There's beautiful member sharings and postings and pictures and a lot of love and support happening there. And it's a lot of fun. You can catch up on all the past videos. You can tune into the new ones, of course, and track with us 6 p.m. every day. Today's day 11. I'm there every single day helping shepherd this with a different guest. And maybe you're out there and you're thinking, I might like to be a guest. I have a practice. I work with the rods. Let me know. Shoot me a message. We'll see what we can do to get you into the queue, because it's so incredible to hear everyone's different experiences too. And it's not only about the rods, but also, yes, how they enhance any of the practices we are doing. So that's an incredible gift as well. So as we are here now, I'm very cognizant of how much we are all doing. As I opened the show, we're in a new time and place that we have never navigated before. So have mercy on yourself. You're doing something you have never done before, and you are doing it or you wouldn't be here, So it is requiring us to really, use our tools, really dive into the knowing of our divinity, to really step into our mastery. Because if we don't do it, it's who is going to, it's the moment of just like, I'm not going to wait and do it later. I'm going to do it right now, right here, right now. I love this in the chat. Yvonne shared on Sunday, I reviewed all the previous sessions of the Global Minga and loved it. Powerful. I love that you gave yourself that gift. Thank you. Yes, Angel, I am so honored to have been with you on your show. And Angel is over Oneness Talk Radio here with us, of course, with her incredible wisdom and voice and sharings. Check out her show. And That's beautiful. Shoot me a message. Shoot me a message when you get those rods, my love. And perfect. And hi, Jill. Hi, Purple. Hi, Ashtara. Gary. I'm trying to see who's all in the house. We're over at Facebook. We're over at YouTube. Oneness Talk Radio. Pauline. Yes, Leslie. Hi, baby. Beautiful beings. Oh, you're so pretty. I love you all. You know, I just feel like, yes, this is a moment that we've never stood at before. So we get to create whatever we want. We know that. So how do we really like, it's like the tires hit the road, you know, the rubber meets the road. Rubber meets the road. That's the expression I'm looking for, where really we're ready to go. We're launched. We're launched. We're going, we're driving, taking off, whatever metaphor you want to use. The butterfly's wings are open. We are here. And no matter what, the ledge is gone. I mean, you have to fly. It's like you've taken that plunge. It's happening. And it's like the baby bird leaves the nest and it figures out what to do. It's like, that's the moment. We do know what to do inside, but we have to get over our own fear or whatever might be holding us back from actually just doing it, just going for it. You know, it's, you know, stop hiding from ourselves, everything that gets in the way. And judgment is the big, you know, blinking light of the moment. That's September's energy coming in. Release judgment. Go watch official Shreen Kira's YouTube and our Oneness Talk Radio, because Oneness Talk Radio broadcasts their show on Sunday, and then we put it up also at official Shreen Kira after the fact. Incredible show and energies and energy forecast about September and this judgment, this release judgment that's so key to the energy of September, because, and that's, you know, one of those steps of self-ascension. We were talking about this last week. We talk about it a lot. Well, there's 4 steps in self-ascension that are never in any particular, like they don't have to be in the same order, but you're always playing in one of them in one way or another, you know. So you've got the unconditional love, you have sacred union, you have the releasing judgment, of course, right? And that's the step that we are like really sitting at right now, collectively and individually, is how do I release judgment? You know, and then surrender, the other 4th piece, really becomes easier when we can release the judgment. They're all connected, right? Because if we're going to surrender over into that which I am, you know, whatever words you want to use, God, universe, divine, expansion, love, we're all talking about the same thing, connecting with the truth, capital T, of who we are outside of the little me, the brain, the labels, the everything. We want so much to be able to really truly be who we are, and it's that time. And of course there's a lot of fears that want to come up in front of us to block exactly that, you know. So mercy on yourself, but releasing the judgment means, I mean, being very transparent, as we say in the yoga of self-ascension, uh, um, nakedly honest, right? Nakedly authentic, you know, to just take any of the filters that might say, you know, that might lie to us a little bit. You know, we kind of lie to our own selves a lot. We do that a lot. What if we stop? What if we really are aware of when we're not being truthful to our own selves and we're carrying some kind of expectation, which is a judgment, right? That we are carrying something inside of us that actually is preventing and blocking us because we're carrying a judgment that maybe we don't even see about ourselves or others, or what the world's supposed to be like or look like. You know, you look around and say, what are all these people doing? It's insane. This is happening, that's happening. It's a catastrophe. And it's, you know, it's a judgment. It's like, it shouldn't be this way. That's a judgment. Now, there's such a thing as spiritual bypassing and just kind of like, oh yeah, it's all perfect. It's all good. Peace and love. I mean, that's like beautiful and all, but there's like a bypassing that happens in that where you're not really also acknowledging that, there is something there that affects all of us. But also in that ascended perspective, looking at it, realizing that we cannot exist without there being that chaos that's happening in the world right now. That's the birthing plate for the liftoff. I mean, we have to go through those cycles of that chaos to awaken right now. It's the way it is. So beings are awakening and lifting up out of that. So it is all divine. It is all serving that purpose. And the more we can step into that releasing of judgment that frees us from being in this bodily form, then we can start connecting to the higher wisdom and what's available to us. And I'm really feeling my cards. They're over here. I'm going to grab them. So as you're connecting right now, I am just feeling the blessing of these beautiful cards of clarity, right? And I know those of you that have been wanting to order a deck are going, where are my cards of clarity? My lighting just feels funny today, guys. I don't like how it's looking. I don't know. Not super stoked with it. Okay, so these cards, if you've ordered them, I know there's been a big giant printing issue actually with getting cards because of all the crazy things happening in the density realm. So be patient because a whole entire new deck is birthing. But right now I am just being really called to pull a card from the cards of clarity just for this moment. Whatever we're needing to receive in the energy of this time, all those that are connected here now and in the future. This moment, well, Archangel Metatron 5. And these cards have the Lake Audetlan sunrise on them. No, this is not Lake Audetlan. This was oh gosh, Cabo. No, when they were in Mexico, when Sri and Kira were in Mexico. I know I'm forgetting the name right now, but this was the sunrise when the golden ray symbols came forward. A lot of energy came forward. The cards was this beach. And I don't know, I might be misquoting a little bit of that, but the whole story is in here. Archangel 5. So you love the 5. We love the 5. Archangel Metatron. Metatron, like right off the bat, I feel like the childlike aspect, like Metatron connects with children a lot. And that ability to either see through the eyes of a child, like have that childlike wonder, or just really observe children and how they see the world. Like children don't like small children, they don't really have judgments either, right? They just accept and see, and they take things as truth or face value, for better or worse. But I mean, they're innocent, they're taking in everything and they're not judging, they're just receiving and seeing it what it is. And the Metatron, of course, also with, works with a lot of sacred geometries. But yeah, I know this message is very much about the child. And I'm going to read what it says from the book because these are direct transmissions too. The child within you seeks to express itself with joyous abandon. This can also be a child who is around you, inviting you to pay attention to the gifts they are offering. As a child, the infinite expression of your truth is without judgment or condemnation. It is only after living on this planet that you begin to accept yourself with limits that can come forward from the illusion. It is time for you to own your power. Wow. I have to go back. I have to start this over. This is too good. The child within you seeks to express itself with joyous abandon. This could be a child around you, inviting you to pay attention to the gifts they're offering. As a child, the infinite expression of your truth is without judgment or condemnation. I mean, you can't make this up, people. You can't make this up. You can't, right? As the child, the infinite expression of your truth is without judgment. you just as a like again, like watching the child just being and playing in the world. They're not judging themselves or anything. They just know, right? Listen to things that they say or how they interact. It is only after living on this planet that you begin to accept yourself with limits that come forward from the illusion. It's like you get in there and you start accepting the limitations of this illusion. It's time for you to own your power. Own your power. This is a big step in why Metatron is walking with you. As you claim your power with heart centered integrity as its expression in the world, the child within will come forward and the buoyancy of your life will expand. Breathe on that. As you claim your power with heart centered integrity as its expression in the world, the child within will come and the buoyancy of your life will expand. So that feels good. And reversed, it didn't come forward in reverse, but sometimes it gives us a nice little extra insight. Within your inner child is an illusion at work that is limiting your infinite expression. This is similar to a tape that is playing in your mind saying you are not safe. May you know that this is not true. Your ability to be empowered and limitless is seeking to become prominent in your day to day life once again. You are safe. You are safe. You are safe. So if there's any part of you in that, that message may be for some of you, right? That all of us really, the inner child, that if the illusion is at work and we've accepted the limits, it is going to be limiting that infinite expression. That inner child has been shut down, might be feeling not safe. That happened to so many of us. It happened to all of us, face it, being on this world of form, even if when I have clients or people that are working with energies and forgiveness and inner child work, they'll just be like, but I had a good childhood. My parents loved me. They provided me everything. I didn't feel anything. But you likely witnessed them in their own sense of lack of safety or not caring for their inner child or their own inner conflict. Even if everything looked incredible on the outside and felt that way, you were witnessing their own investment in the illusion and still taking that on and taking on limitations. And you may have just got this message you're not safe because they had that message and tape inside of them. Or, like me, you grew up in a home and you were really not safe. You were really not safe. And if you were like that, if that's how you grew up, my heart is around you. And it means, yes, it takes more work, so to speak, to get that child to feel really safe, but it's worth every moment. That inner child needs you so badly, so much. You've got to wrap your arms around that child. Pay attention to how old they are. Like, just tap in and connect and say, how old is this version of me? Maybe it's 4, maybe it's 14, maybe it's a young adult version of you, right? That's needing that extra love, that extra support in order to feel safe. If you can't feel safe, we can't lift and live from this ascended heart. You'll be constantly pulled into the root chakra and feeling these issues of safety again and again, just like boom, boom, boom. And you really need to just know that all you have to do is come home to that inner child and make them feel safe in order to start resolving some of that. And your ability to be empowered and limitless is seeking to become prominent in your day-to-day life once again. Your spirit wants that for you. Your essence wants you to be free and to feel your empowered, limitless nature. You are safe, right? You are safe. SAFE. Leslie, I love your comment. Leslie says, it feels as though we are just sitting in the living room and being together and having a lovely conversation and time together. Thank you for your authenticity. I am so grateful. Like, that makes my heart sing. And, Jill, when you get back to watch the replay, we'll see you at the at the replay. Thank you for being here with us. And, I love that because I want this to really be that space where we feel like we are right here together, because we are right here together. And it's so good to remind ourselves and be able to come into a shared container and space and remember. And the safe practice comes forward, after reading that message, SAFE, right? If you are going through things right now, if you are feeling all of your shit is just coming up, and it's funny when you're more aware. I mean, it gets kind of like funnier. You're like, oh, there's another layer. We learn to be a little humble about that. Like, you're not just like, oh, I'm all magically done. I have another layer. So that comes up, right? What do? What tool do you go to move through that moment and step back into your mastery presence? What tools do you call forward? Safe is one of the most powerful tools in the toolkit. And if you don't know this one, SAFE is an acronym for stop, acknowledge, feel, expand. So S, when you are feeling triggered, you are aware of it, right? You're like, I'm triggered. The S is like, stop. It's like a trigger's happening. You're feeling unsafe, really. I mean, if things are acting out inside of you and fear is coming up or anger or whatever that doesn't feel like peace, love, or joy, some tape, some limiting belief has been triggered and stimulated. You are now like, oop, in the loop. So the safe practice is a really fast way to bop out. So stop, hand to heart. Just stop for a moment. Stop the brain, drop into the heart. And the hand to heart always is a signal. And the heart responds and the body responds when we connect with our hand. Stop, right? And then the A is for acknowledge or awareness, right? But like to say, yeah, I acknowledge, I'm aware. I'm swimming in the river of the ego. It got me. It got me. I was pulled way downstream. I was just like, woo, I'm going on this ride and I'm spiraling, right? Or whatever you're experiencing and feeling. So you're aware of it. Okay. I'm aware I'm in the grip of the ego right now. The F for feel. You need to feel it to heal it. I don't know who said that. It was a brilliant thing. But it's true. So the feel is, we don't want to go in and, like, we've all been there where you just like are in the suffering of feeling a wound over and over and over, and you're just creating more suffering. We're not talking about that kind of feel, but you do want to go right to it. You do want to feel where it's coming from. And if it is extremely strong, where it is just consuming, then you've got to start bringing in other practices. EFT tapping, get a hold of me, get a hold of Shri Get Session. If you've got something super strong you're working with and you need that help, EFT tapping and some other techniques, or investigate them, can really help you if you've got trauma just straight up stored in your being, because that happens. And like, I mean, we still have it, but like once you've gone through enough of releasing it, if you've got a lot of trauma, you get to the point where it's a lot easier. It does happen. So when you come up against something, you can work through it yourself pretty quickly. So the feel, though, is to go to that place that you were triggered by and just feel it. Where do you feel it in your body? What does it feel like? And be kind of like curious observer about it. You don't want it to take you all the way downstream. Like I said, if that's happening and it's just too hard, you need to get some other tools in there and talk with somebody, So, but to go to the feeling and just investigate it and just say, okay, where do I feel it? What's happening? And that's the acknowledgement. The inner child, the wounded pieces of us need to be seen to heal, feel it to heal it. They need to have that moment of expression, like, I'm hurting, with you just loving it and observing it without needing to do anything about it. And the E for expand, it's like, bring your hands back to your heart and just let yourself breathe through. And expand. And however that looks for you, might just feel like you're breathing, expanding your auric field out. You might just feel like a sense of peace. You might call in light, or, whatever practice helps you feel expansive. The aura stretching technique can be really incredible, where you just really breathe and drop in and feel the edges of your auric field. Like if you were to do that right now, if it's safe to do so, if you're in a safe place, bring your hands to your heart and just feel the connection to the edges of your energy field, your auric field. Just feel where its resting state is. And you breathe. If you know the Ave Sa breath, breathing in Ave, exhaling the Sa adds extra intentionality and sincerity and ignition and the energy of Ave Sa to the practice. And on each exhale, imagine that energy field getting larger and larger. Let it just expand until it's larger than this room, stretching all the way to the cosmos, out, out, out. Just let it nourish. Feel it all the way out past the stars, even. And feel yourself just re energizing your auric field in the star field, in the universe, and in those energies. And just feel it bathing it and repairing it and nourishing it and soaking it in. And then as you breathe and you come back, like you start bringing the auric field back to its resting size as you're breathing, and you come back to this time and place and allow it to come back to its resting. It might be a little more robust and you'll feel it, right? If you're doing this right now, you're feeling how much more stable and full and robust it is. And, anywhere that there might have been little energy leaks or something are now sealed and in this beautiful, lovely light cocoon. That's an incredible way to expand and to nourish your being and to come back into yourself. So yeah, thank you for spending that time doing that safe practice in the aura stretching technique. Very, very powerful, beautiful things and tools that we do have. And without them, we will be lost. We will derail. We need, so what practices are working for you right now? What practices are calling you? And how can you release any judgment around yourself, that anything, and really importantly about the past, like give up all hope for a better past is something Shri and Kara have said, and it sticks with me all the time. It's like, and maybe it was Archangel Zadkiel actually originally that said that, now that I'm thinking of it. And it's like, that's an expectation and that's a judgment that the past should have been different, right? When that inner child is screaming out, um, or like aspect of any part of our life, we're like, that shouldn't have happened that way, and do the safe practice and go to that part of yourself, because the inner child needs to be reassured, like, no, you shouldn't have been hurt that way. Like, or use a different word, because should and shouldn't is judgment, but the inner child needs to hear what it needs to hear. Like, that wasn't okay. I'm sorry you went through that. I'm here to protect you now. Right. But for our presence here and now, it's like, give up all hope of a better past. Maybe you had that shitty marriage or divorce or an abusive relationship or an addiction or lost a job or went through whatever bullshit you went through, because we go through it. It's tough here, right? But we get caught up in like, if only it would have, could have, blah, blah, blah. That's what we have to drop, is just like, it is what it was, and find the gratitude in the grit of the experiences. Even the worst, grittiest experiences, I promise, have gifts. And the sooner we start to assess what those gifts are, and say thank you for them, even if we don't know what they are, and just saying thank you, I don't even know what the gifts are, but I know you will show me, I know I will be revealed. That will shift you so much faster and allow you to release it faster. And some of these things take a little time. It takes using the practices and tools. So have mercy on yourself, but give up all hope of a better past. The past is just that, the past, right? We're here. We're right now. I am here. I am ready. I'm open. Guide me right now, right here. Even if you did something 2 seconds ago, it's gone. We're here right now. And we are moving forward, and we are brighter, and we are ready, right? To do that which our heart is calling us to do. Release and relax the judgment about how everything needs to look or be, and get into that divine flow and space. Give yourself the opportunity to be creative. Give yourself the opportunity. Take a break. Get on your bike and go for a quick bike ride. I did that today, or go for a quick walk, or do a dance party, or do some art, or whatever makes your heart sing. Get out there and do it and have some joy. We're supposed to be here in joy. Again, supposed is another judgment word, but we are meant to be here in joy. We're meant to be here in joy. So be in joy, love, dance, appreciate. I definitely appreciate all of you, and thank you for spending this time with me every Tuesday. We're here at lunchtime, noon Eastern time. And, it's another incredible moment. We'll be in September when we're together next, but make sure to get here tonight, 6 p.m. Eastern, Sri Ram Ka at our Facebook Live. Official Sri and Kira is going to be giving them the dish on the throat chakra. I will be there with another special guest. It's just 15 minutes. Tune in. Get to our Facebook. Be part of the 30 days of Global Minga Heartbeat for Peace. I love you all. I see you. Many, many blessings to you, and have an incredible, amazing day. You've been listening to Soul Fusion Cafe with Jess Juntunen. Connect with Jess and learn more at her inspiration hub, selfascensionstudios.com, and over on Instagram at JoyLoveJess and Soul Fusion Cafe Radio, or over at Facebook at Self-Ascension Studios and Soul Fusion Cafe Radio. Thank you for listening. See you next week. Namaste and many blessings.